Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about emerging information technology companies in Wisconsin. And Mark Reinstra, a partner in one of the Silicon Valley's leading law firms, talks about what he sees in Wisconsin's technology sectors. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report. Rising, new business survival. Wisconsin routinely isn't among the country's best states for establishing new businesses, but those that are created tend to last here longer than in other states, according to recent numbers from the U.S. Small Business Administration. The SBA reported that nearly 41% of new businesses established in Wisconsin in 2002 were still open in 2012. That's 6.5% above the national average, and good for sixth in the nation. And falling, rideshare services. For backers of companies such as Lyft and Uber, rideshare services allow entrepreneurs to give consumers more choices. To officials in the state's two largest cities, however, those companies are operating illegally. Milwaukee and Madison have been rattling sabers for months about the companies, which use smartphone apps to connect drivers and riders, arguing they're effectively operating as unlicensed cabs. The companies say the traditional licensing system doesn't fit with modern business models. Milwaukee police have hinted they may start to crack down on the services, while Madison has already issued citations for 2 drivers. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
If you're looking for signs that great tech companies can launch in places outside the Silicon Valley, or even outside Madison and Milwaukee, then consider the story of Jamf Software. Jamf Software provides information management tools for major enterprises, companies, schools, and governments that use Apple products such as Mac, iPad, and iPhone devices. Its lead product, the Casper Suite, has grown from managing 2,500 computers to more than 3 million devices spread across 4,000 customers. Founded in 2002, the company today has about 150 employees in Eau Claire, another 100 in Minneapolis, and a dozen or so in each of 5 offices: California, New York City, Amsterdam, Sydney, and Hong Kong. For its first 5 years, Jamf Software was basically a hand-to-mouth startup in which no one was paid with anything more tangible than late-night pizza and lots of coffee. In fact, co-founder Zach Homestead had another full-time job until 2004 while completing his degree and working on Jamf in his spare time. But Jamf confounded the experts by finding plenty of talent in the Chippewa Valley, by drawing on the expertise of surrounding colleges and universities, and by building a loyal customer, employee, and community base. Jamf Software isn't alone among emerging software and information technology companies that have found a home in Wisconsin. Epic Systems and its 7,400 employees in Verona is the national leader in electronic health records. Other examples include Cray Incorporated in Chippewa Falls, Renaissance Learning in Wisconsin Rapids, Skyward in Stevens Point, and Plexus and Avery Informatics in the Fox Valley. The Milwaukee area includes companies such as Connecture, PKware, and Zywave. The Madison area was recently ranked 5th by Forbes magazine on its list of cities creating the most information technology jobs. There are still barriers, of course. Wisconsin needs better broadband coverage statewide to help build young IT companies, regardless of location. Still, the Wisconsin economy of 2014 is far more diversified than the Wisconsin of 2002, when Homestead and Jamf were living on pizza and coffee. The state may never become the next Silicon Valley, but it's no longer the Rust Belt either.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Mark Reinstra, a partner in a Silicon Valley law firm.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
We're back with Mark Reinstra, a partner in Wilson, Sonsini, Goodrich, and Rosati, a law firm that works with technology companies in California's Silicon Valley. We caught up to Mark at the recent Wisconsin Entrepreneurs Conference in Madison. You're what we like to call a California badger, someone who lives and works in the Silicon Valley, but who maintains strong ties to Wisconsin. Tell us a bit about your days in Wisconsin, where you earned an engineering degree.
So I grew up in New Richmond, Wisconsin, and went to the University of Wisconsin and started in chemical engineering. But as the entrepreneurs do, they sometimes pivot, and I realized that chemical engineering wasn't my calling, and I graduated with an industrial engineering degree and ultimately went to law school.
Your law firm is known for being a deal maker in the Silicon Valley, and your own work centers around venture capital, public offerings, mergers, and acquisitions. What can Wisconsin learn from Silicon Valley, or vice versa?
Well, it's a great question. I think Silicon Valley can really show a lot to an entrepreneurial community like Madison, things like loyalty. Density. It's important for entrepreneurs to be next to each other and communicating and bouncing ideas off of each other. Wisconsin has a much more of a balanced kind of real world nature, and sometimes deals, businesses like pets.com or stamps.com that sound interesting in Silicon Valley don't necessarily play well in the mainstream environment.
You have been an advisor to Wisconsin companies, a judge in the Governor's Business Plan Contest, and a speaker at events such as the Entrepreneurs Conference. What other ways are you getting involved in Wisconsin?
So I've spoken at WARF's Entrepreneurons Conference. I've spoken at the law school at Wisconsin. I'm an investor in a number of the companies in Generator, and also an advisor to a new venture fund called WISC Partners that is just starting off.
Thanks, Mark, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by Whitehurst Beck Dudek, MG&E, and UW Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent But Executive Search. See you next time.